From China, YINGSHA.
Well, fireworks announce the arrival of these two players into the arena, and we can expect fireworks today inside the Renaissance Arena. Now, this is a pair who know each other very well indeed. That is YINGSHA, the world #1, who holds an overwhelmingly strong head-to-head record over her Japanese opponent today. She is world #1 for a reason. She already has 4 titles to her name this year. Can she go for title #5? She had a disappointing outing by her standards at the US Smash. She looks absolutely determined to overcome that. This is now a best of 7 now that we are into the quarter-final stage, rather than a best of 5 that we've seen all week. So it's just an additional test for these athletes. The head-to-head then...
Here, Tom, I have white, red. White, red for you. Red. Side. Service. Receive.
YINGSHA wins the toss, and since their last WTT clash at the China Smash last autumn, they met in Doha in May at the World Championships, and YINGSHA won that one 4-0 as well in the semi-final. Welcome along to Fraser Riley.
It might have been on her mind in preparation for this event, but I doubt it's on her mind now. She's up against one of the big threats to Team China, and she wants to prove 79% of her fans right.
Well, MIMA, you said she's a big threat to Team China. She is a top Japanese talent, and she has had those moments where she's shown flashes of brilliance, and she has been notable for being a serious challenger to the Chinese supremacy, but she just hasn't quite got there, has she?
First game. Spin to serve. Level.
I think Ito has got a nosebleed here, Rebecca.
Well, she was certainly gesturing to her nose, wasn't she? It looks like you might be right, Fraser. We'll hopefully shortly be underway, and hopefully she is okay.
I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine. We saw this a little bit at the US Smash, didn't we? That the change of altitude to quite a dry climate affected players like Alexei Lebrun.
That's right, yeah, he had a bloody nose on a couple of occasions.
Different here in Europe.
And Ito sitting alongside her mum. Hopefully we'll be underway soon. Absolutely. Well, we are here inside the Renaissance Arena, so how about we have a little look at the area or the arena that these players are playing in. Let's take a look. Well, thanks to our tour guides, Christina Schallberg and Matthias Falk, for showing us around the Renaissance Arena and surrounding areas. We're now set to get going here in this best of 7 quarter-final.
Love, 1.
Glad to see that MIMA Ito's okay after the nosebleed. She'll be hoping to give YINGSHA a bloody nose in this match. But we know how difficult that is going to be.
1-0.
Well, she reached the semis of the US Smash last month, losing to eventual champion Zhu Ling. And what does MIMA Ito need to do you think, to shake off the curse of YINGSHA? Because a lot of it will be mental as well, won't it, Fraser?
A lot of it will be psychological. I mean, YINGSHA is living in her head rent-free at this moment in time, looking at the previous meetings. I think Ito has to serve very, very aggressively here.
2-0.
Is she typically an aggressive server?
More than most. She has a very diverse portfolio of services, MIMA-chan. She has the Sakura serve, she comes in with the shovel action, slightly higher toss, creates a lot of spin. She might have to use it as an attack.
Oh!
She hangs her head back in frustration with that one. Just couldn't deal with Sun in that.
So stylistically here, Mima Ito using short pimples on her backhand. That's the red side. She looks to time it at the peak of the bounce and punch through. She won't get the same security of spin, but it's a very direct, deadening shot if she can get it right.
Well, she changed the angle brilliantly there, didn't she? It was the right idea, but Sun Ying-sha is just so quick.
Yeah, great anticipation, and she stretches Ito. Untouchable ball there. Ito not the kind of player that likes to be moved side to side due to her short stature, which has really shaped her style, influenced her equipment. She wants to try and finish the point quite early, Ito.
Now, what is it about Ito that made her one of the top threats to the Chinese players' supremacy?
Well, firstly, she's a very meticulous player. She's a tactical genius. She knows how to disturb the rhythm. She knows how to get on the front foot straight from the serve. Oh, nice chop block from Ito. And a slap. That's Ito in full flow. But it's about doing that time and time again. Sha is so quick to adapt. We won't see that many more times.
It's those sort of flat smashes that she does so well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she snuck that one through.
Yeah, that was a really great shot from Ito. Sun Ying-sha getting in with the third ball attack. Lovely abbreviated shot on the forehand, using Sha's pace, and Sun couldn't recover. And right into the middle there.
Left. Flash, please.
It's incredible, isn't it, Rebecca?
5-4.
162 consecutive weeks at world number 1.
I mean, can you think of any other player in table tennis who's had that kind of dominance, or in indeed any other kind of sport?
Well, I know Ma Long was world number 1 for a similar amount of consecutive weeks. There have been so many dominant players from Team China, so many Grand Slam champions. Sun Ying-sha is looking to be another one. Also a World Cup winner, a World Singles champion in this new Olympic cycle. She wants to win gold in LA.
There have been moments of vulnerability, though, for the Chinese players, both in the men's and in the women's draws this week. So there's no certainties, no guarantees.
And no one's really safe. That's what makes it exciting.
7-5.
We know how the Chinese women, though, are more impenetrable than the Chinese men. Lin Chidong, the only Chinese man featuring in the quarterfinals today.
Yeah, both the top women's seeds, Sun and Wang Wenyu, both still standing. Thought it'll be interesting to see how Wang Wenyu comes up against Honoka Hashimoto a little later on.
Yeah, she was taken close by Miu Nagasaki yesterday. Had to come back from 2-1 down. Great angle from Ito.
And she is showing belief, isn't she, despite that negative head-to-head?
She is short, snappy, decisive. Yeah, hammer blow from Ito.
How does a best of 7 change things? Because these players have played best of 5 all week.
Well, in my opinion, a best of 7 makes it harder for the underdog to win. Because, of course, they need to win more games than in a best of 5.
Oh, she had a great serve previous to that one.
Oh, it's a tough bell to swallow there for Ito at 7-all.
She didn't like that at all. Well, you suspect she got in her own head a little there, didn't she, after that missed serve, and then the point that followed, she couldn't do much with that either.
I think so. She's going to have to try and forgive herself, Mima Chan. As tough as that is.
Well, it's 3 game points for the top seed here. How does Mima kind of settle herself now?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. She's capable of doing it. She's one of the world's very best.
But Sun Ying-sha is the very best, and she wraps up the opener 11 points to 7 in this best of 7. First player to 4 seals their place in the final 4. Sun Ying-sha is off the mark.
还有个走位低的是说的那个，它下还是发长还是发下？
下旋为主。
这球有点分刚。
对，它正好发现上旋以后，你就要对他这球提你，或者射的拍你这球比你想象快一点，有点准备就行了。下旋是好球，然后配合什么？配合中后短，现在可以，好吧？中后短可以把那个下转不转。
Making their way back out onto the table. This is MIMA Ito. Have we seen the top seed really test yet in that opening game?
Yeah, I mean, it was 7-all, wasn't it, until that service mistake?
Yeah, that turned things. That set the tone then for the remainder of that game. That was the turning point.
The last thing you want is to break your own momentum with an unforced error.
Oh, she's so expressive, isn't she? Ito throwing her head back in anguish.
Yeah, edge ball there. But you'd much rather it than at 9-all.
The speed and pace of that forehand from Sun Ying-sha is unlivable.
Yeah, the way she caresses the ball, incredible. Her technique, her prowess. She can attack balls that are barely long enough to attack with ferocity. Look at that for an angle. Marlene, the 2008 Olympic champion and head coach of the women's team on his feet. There's Cho Yika, Sun Ying-sha's personal coach.
And the big smash from Sun Ying-sha. Marlene up off his feet again, and you know if you see him standing, you've done something right.
Yeah, Ito miraculously getting that one back, but Sun Ying-sha staying focused. A dream start for the world number one here in game number 2. Ito has lost her belief now. This is a real tough spot to get out of.
She just can't catch a break at the minute, can she? That ball clipping the top of the net.
She seems too desperate to win the point too early.
And the crowd, in good voice, shouting for Sun Ying-sha. They follow her wherever she goes. She's got an incredibly loyal fan base. And a big one at that. Sun Ying-sha as well is still in the women's doubles, playing alongside Wang Wenyu. They'll be playing later in their semi-final against Kim Na-young and Roo Han-ah of the Republic of Korea, the number 3 seeds. So Sun Ying-sha will want to get through this one quickly, won't she, to conserve a bit of energy for the semi-final in the doubles. Well, that was nicely done, wasn't it, from Ito? It's a good point to get on the board.
Yeah, much more like it there from MIMA Ito. Clipped the net. It was a nice touch rally, and there's the punch. She selected it at the right time there. It's easier for her to punch the slightly more shallow balls on the table that will usually come from Sun Ying-sha's slow spin. Sun would prefer to actually invite an opening early on and then try and play deeper on the table.
It's the serve success that we just saw pop up on that graphic there that is really apparent, isn't it? MIMA Ito is not getting these serves working at all.
And, you know, she's so reliant on them, especially against Sun Ying-sha.
And into the net, and it is a huge 9-point advantage for the top seed here, watched on by Wang Yidi. He was knocked out yesterday by Hashimoto, yeah.
One of the fan favourites right now, the Japanese chopper. But this has been a masterclass from Xia, leaving no stone unturned. You mentioned that she has so many fans, Rebecca. Currently, she has over 10 million followers on Weibo. So she is one of the most famous sportswomen, sports people overall in China. What an unbelievable following. In the last couple of years,
well, that's a confidence boosting point from the number 8 seed to start things off, but she needs to show a lot more of that kind of belief. She went toe-to-toe with the top seed in game number 1, up to 7 points apiece. Game number 2 is a completely different affair. Well, she's showing some fight now, Ito.
This right now is as good as a must-win game for MIMA Ito.
What happened in game number 2?
Oh, there was a number of things at play, Rebecca. I think that her chin had dropped after game 1. Oh, great hook there from YINGSHA. A reactive shot, but still a winner. Yeah, I don't think she forgave herself, really. She couldn't move on from that miss-serve at 7-all in game 1. She was trying to snatch, she was frustrated. You could see her shot selection was too wild.
Well, it's perhaps an early start.
I'd say she was more frustrated than nervy in game number 2. I think she would have been more likely to be nervous coming out onto the table. But I don't know. It's chop block from Ito, Sun not bothered. I think when you lose the first game, you become less nervous because you're usually nervous about losing a game. When it happens, it's like, okay, is that how it's going to be? Fine.
And often a player does prefer to play from a position of catch-up rather than think, oh...
Yeah, psychologically, that's an interesting point. I think there's a lot of truth to that.
YINGSHA has been blasting these winners past MIMA Ito's forehand side. So after game number 1, she was going for the backhand. So she's really mixing it up now.
Oh, it was actually a let serve.
2, 4.
Well, there's no living with YINGSHA at the minute, is there?
Merciless, absolutely merciless. I mean, MIMA Ito doing a good job here of taking some pace and spin off the ball with a slight fanning action on the backhand. But look at YINGSHA's backhand.
And you get the sense as well that there's another level left to be unlocked here. She's barely out of first gear.
3, 4.
Well, that was a decent serve, wasn't it, from MIMA Ito?
Yeah, it's kind of a tomahawk serve. It's halfway between a tomahawk and a shovel serve. She's a little bit more square to the table when she plays it than a traditional shovel.
5, 3.
I think that she's not serving aggressively enough here, Ito. We've seen the likes of Hanagoda really challenge the Chinese by serving long.
And YINGSHA in particular.
That's right, yeah. I mean, the first game here of Sun's campaign, she lost, 11-3 against Hanagoda. Wasn't the best start for her.
Pushed her far at the US smash as well. Oh. Well, that was pretty unlucky for MIMA Ito, the net favouring her opponent. 2 occasions, it's great recovery from YINGSHA with that one.
She's so relaxed here, YINGSHA.
3, 7.
Why would she not be 2 games up, 4 points up in the third? First to 4, and she's already over halfway there.
You have to imagine at this moment in time, the Japanese national coaches are thinking to themselves, okay, who have we got right now that can consistently challenge the very best Chinese? Look, MIMA Ito was world number 2 in 2021. We're looking at a former Olympic gold medalist in mixed doubles. But it's like you're prodding the bee's nest. Once you beat 1 or 2 of them, they swarm on you, they work you out.
Well, it seems just Hashimoto now who is left to be worked out.
Yeah, doesn't she have something like an 88% win rate against Chinese players?
And you wonder how quickly it'll be before that percentage drops and they do start to work her out.
There has to be something very, very awkward about you. You can't play too clean against the Chinese. You can't try and go toe-to-toe with them at their own game.
Well, it's fascinating to watch the contrast of body language, isn't it? Because you've got Sun who looks completely unflappable. She's barely broken a sweat. She is in relax mode at the minute, it seems.
Yeah, cruise control.
Giving nothing away. Mima Ito a lot more expressive.
Nice strawberry there from Ito.
Well, she needs to string together a few more like that, doesn't she? Be a bit more consistent and then she'll begin to develop some belief here.
She has such a high-risk game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ito's ceiling is higher than what it would be if she used a different sort of equipment, if she had a different style. Oh, great feeling from Ito. That is mesmerising.
And you can hear that she had Sun in trouble as well.
Yeah, that's ridiculously good. And it's forced well. Sun Yingsha into a timeout, who still has a great lead here. I mean, despite that play, despite the antics, the creative flair of Ito, the stability of Sun, the middle ground is still better. Let's see if she can finish off game at number 3 here. Yeah, we saw a nice sprinkle of creativity there from Mima Ito, and it's the kind of rally that can have a little bit of scar power. It was a reminder to Sun that she is up against an immense talent.
Swiped at that.
You didn't quite come over the top of that one enough there, Sun Yingsha. It was a serve that tempted her into the attack, but again, not that attackable. Players are very, very wary of the back edge. It's a target, but it's also an obstacle.
Oh my goodness. One of the points of the match so far.
Well, Marlin looked to have already stood up because he knew Sun Yingsha was going to make that backhand down the line. Amazing read.
Well, we talk about the players having great anticipation. He anticipated that one as well. It's the first of 3 game points saved. Sun Yingsha going for another backhand winner. Gives herself a little nod of encouragement. The fans become more vocal as they will her over the finish line in this one. Wow, this wasn't in the script for Sun Yingsha. 3 game points to play with, and she's now down to the single game point.
Ooh, another crafty serve from Mima Ito. That's a few now that Sun Yingsha has overbrushed.
And that's a slight curl of the lip from Sun Yingsha is the most expressive we've seen her perhaps all week.
Oh, what a slap from Mima Ito.
That is absolutely incredible. Mima Ito has come back from the brink. She's on the verge of wrapping up game number 3 here. She looked done and dusted, didn't she, after game number 2?
She looked dead and buried.
Wow. Game number 3 goes the way of the Japanese. That is absolutely incredible in terms of a comeback from the player who lost the second game 11 points to 1 to save 3 game points in the third. And really showed Sun Ying-sha that she means business now. Go then. Ahead of game number 4, we have got a contest on our hands, and it will be absolutely fascinating to see the response from the top seed here after being humbled in game number 3. She had 3 game points. She was 10-7 up. Ito then absolutely blitzed past her for 12-10. She won't like that, will she, Sun Ying-sha?
You asked me earlier on, Rebecca, about the difference between a best of 5 and a best of 7. I think there's a bigger psychological element to it than just the fact that you require more games and that it usually gives a better chance for the underdog. I guarantee if it was a best of 5, Sun Ying-sha would have already wrapped this up with a 3-0 win. But knowing that there's more to do.
Yeah, best of 7 is fascinating, isn't it, to see the ebb and flow of a match.
Incredible though that she came back from 8-3.
Yeah, really is. Shows that, we were questioning, weren't we? Questioning her self-belief. It takes a lot of confidence to come from 3-8 down against the world number 1 and 2 games down.
Oh yeah, went for the scyther, the chop block there at MIMA. Wasn't that far away, but she tried to do it off quite a powerful ball.
What did she do differently in game number 3, Ito?
I wouldn't say she really did anything differently. I think, and I'm surprised I'm saying this, Sun Ying-sha got a little bit nervous.
I'm surprised you're saying that as well. The world champion, world number 1 for over 3 years. 4-time Grand Smash winner.
I mean, you got to try and consider the weight of expectation.
Well, that is true, and she's got a packed house here, the majority of whom are shouting for her.
If anyone beats Sun Ying-sha, it's a headliner. He's only 24 years of age. And, she's cleaning up. She's looking for her 16th WTT senior title.
Intensity as well inside the arena is just increasing.
There's a reason that Team China players wear the flag. And there's a reason that Team Japan do as well. They are the 2 most decorated nations in modern history in the women's game.
Sun Ying-sha is starting to take control now in game number 4. Brilliant ball placement. Got Ito way out of position, didn't she?
Yeah, Ito played with spin and Sun Ying-sha was able to read it and play with the backhand from middle, stretching Ito out wide.
1-7.
Sun Ying-sha there throwing in a long backspin serve. Watch this action on the pendulum. How much does a lead feel like a lead here for Sun Ying-sha?
Well, certainly she'll feel like she threw the game 3 away, won't she, with those 3 game points? I do wonder if that then carries through to the next game, whether it's still in the back of her mind.
Maybe she used it as fuel to her fire here in game number 4. It looks like she has.
8-3.
Ooh, look at that.
Well, it's a lucky one, isn't it, for Ito?
Comes back over the net to Ito's side, that ghost effect of the backspin. Same serve again from Ito. From Sun, I should say.
Closing in now on the third game here. She really put Ito back in her box in game number 4. Oh, too much power from Sun YINGSHA. Brings up 6 or 7 rather game points.
Ito switching and Sun playing it back up the line against the momentum of Ito's body weight. Clever shot from SHATOU.
11 points to 3. It is Sun YINGSHA firmly in the lead. The challenge that MIMA Ito threw down in game number 3 was not apparent at all in game number 4. Sun YINGSHA turning the screw and taking control once again.
Ito trying to play way too high risk. I mean, this is her style. This is the way that she wants to play Ito, but again, I'll refer to the stability of Sun YINGSHA. She can bring those balls back. She gets that security of spin. She wins 11-3.
好吧，现在就这一个球有点别扭，然后丢完球里头还要看断。
Quiet, please. Low.
It's a fiery start there from Sun YINGSHA. Again, that backhand rip. Look at the technique. Wide base, stabilizes herself with the forearm, or the free arm, I should say. The head is always still. It's a great atmosphere here in the Renaissance Arena.
12-2.
Always is. One of the top seeds in town.
Timeout.
Well, Ito with the early timeout then in this must-win. If she is to stay in this event, clearly already feeling the pressure. The Sun YINGSHA going on the attack early on.
ただ当ててるだけだねマジで。まあ逆に行っちゃった方が収まるのかな。方がさそりゃ入るか入らないか分かんないで見てからしたら。
Really feel like Ito is returning to where she was around 2021 in terms of her belief. She got a couple of wins against Chinese players, you know, Chen Yi, Wang Yi, at the World Championships in Doha, the semis of the United States Smash. She was the semis of the World Cup in Macau, losing very, very closely to Kwai Man in 7. After dropping down the Japanese pecking order.
It's hard though to have self-belief when you've got a record like hers against Sun YINGSHA.
Yeah.
Now the pressure's on Ito here because this is a must-win for her, and given how shaky she looked in the opening 2 games, how do you think she's going to deal with the pressure she's now under?
I'm not going to lie, I'm fancying SHATOU here. I would be very surprised to see Ito win this game. I think that having, by her standards, blown game number 3, Sun YINGSHA won't make the same mistake twice. And let's take nothing away from Ito. She played brilliantly to fight back in that 3rd game, but I think it was more to do with Sun YINGSHA getting a little bit hesitant with her decision making. You can see Ito was surprised facially at how many relatively simple ones Sun YINGSHA missed.
It was a funny game, wasn't it, game number 3? You don't see Sun YINGSHA blow game points the way she did. Especially not 3 of them.
Yeah, she's making quite a few receive errors towards the end of the 3rd game.
2-4.
Well, it's going to be hard, you sense, for Ito to really establish herself in this one.
You can see she's struggling to make the receive and then get out to a neutral position. That's why I thought it would be better for her to try and serve long. Because then she's probably going to get a long ball, which she's already there ready and waiting for with a slap. She can't get that slap in, really, if SHATOU is able to push or flick.
6-2.
She's really not having a good time right now, is she? 4 points off the pace now. Sun Ying-sha, you sense, is really going to punish every single slip-up.
Six, 3.
Yeah, nice feeling again from Ito. Again, that fanning backhand. Tough for Sun Ying-sha to judge exactly how much backspin was on that ball.
She had to push quite a way back as well, didn't she?
It was an aggressive push out right into the corner initially from Ito.
Holds her head in her hands as she watches that one sail long.
There's something quite taunting about the way that Sun Ying-sha plays nowadays against Ito. She plays certain shots that seem to tease Ito, dangling it there into the temptation zone as if to say, go on then, I dare you. You better make it count because you're leaving that wide forehand exposed. And also Sun Ying-sha, as we've seen, can play that backhand down the line effortlessly.
But she's just got a complete all-around game, doesn't she?
It just feels like no matter what match she plays, it's in her hands.
Impenetrable, unshakable.
5, 3.
There's only one player, and that's Chong Meng, that has managed to keep her at bay.
Closing in on a place in the last 4 here, watched on by her teammates Wang Yidi, Chen Xingtong. Neither of those two left in this draw. Chen Xingtong, the champion from Chongqing, knocked out by Sabine Linter.
So her draw jar up there as well.
4, 10.
Her draw jar beaten by Kuai Man, who was beaten by Shi Sun Yao yesterday.
Been a lot of interesting results, haven't there? Be fascinating to see how Sabine Linter gets on against Chen Yi. Ito goes long and Sun Ying-sha seals the match, and with it her place in the semi-finals. Comprehensive win for the world at number 1. Slight blemish in game number 3, but she shook that one off and wrapped up victory by 4 games to 1. Sun Ying-sha marches on to the final 4.